Welcome to TiPS, Today in Public Safety, your go-to podcast for today's breaking stories and public safety news. Here's your host, Fletch, with today's tips.
Welcome to TiPS, Today in Public Safety on 911tips.com, your go-to source for the latest news and innovation in emergency response and public safety. This is Fletch. I'm VP of Public Safety Solutions at 911 Inform. And for Wednesday, January 1st, we're diving into another great topic, the rise of smart building integrations with next-generation 911 systems. Imagine this, a high-rise building fire breaks out, and before first responders even arrive, they know the exact location of the fire, the air quality in the affected area, and approximately how many people are still inside. Sounds like science fiction, right? Well, it's not. The fact is that this is the power of next-generation 911 and smart building integrations, and it's happening right now. So let's break it down. What exactly is a smart building? Well, in its simplest terms, smart buildings are equipped with Internet of Things, or IoT sensors. The sensors monitor various environmental factors like fire alarms, air quality, and even occupancy levels. Now combine all that data with next-generation 911, the next generation of emergency response systems, and you've got a game changer. You see, when an emergency occurs in a smart building, all of these IoT sensors can send real-time data directly to 911 dispatch and first responders. Here's an example. You got a high-rise office building downtown. A fire breaks out on the 12th floor. Normally, first responders wouldn't have all the details until they're physically on site, which costs precious minutes. But with next-generation 911 and smart building integrations, both dispatchers and first responders can receive real-time information from the building's IoT sensors. They know exactly which floor the fire is on. They know exactly what the air quality is like in that area. And they even have an idea which areas are occupied. So going in armed with all of this data, firefighters can plan a strategy and response while they're en route. That'll ensure a faster, more efficient action when they arrive on scene. But let's not forget about the role of smart building data in evacuations. These systems can provide real-time updates on which exits are safe and which routes are potentially blocked. For example, if smoke is blocking a stairwell, the system can guide occupants over to an alternative escape route. And it's this level of detail that can save lives, not just by speeding up the response, but by making it safer for everyone involved. Now you're probably wondering, how widespread is this technology? Now, while admittedly it's still at its early stages, buildings in many cities are already adopting these systems, particularly in new construction of high-rise and commercial buildings. And the problem's not just limited to fires. The systems are also invaluable for other emergencies like gas leaks, structural collapses, or even an active shooter situation. The more data that first responders have, the better decisions they can make and make them sooner. Now, while all of this is great, there are some challenges. For one, retrofitting older buildings with IoT sensors can be very expensive and time-consuming. Plus, we need to ensure compatibility between different building systems and NG911 platforms, which will take standards work. But despite these hurdles, I think the benefits far outweigh the costs. As more municipalities and private developers invest in the technology, I think we'll see a significant shift in how emergencies are being managed. So in closing, the integration of smart buildings with next-generation 911 is more than just an upgrade. It's a revolution in public safety. By providing real-time data directly to dispatch centers and first responders, these systems will empower first responders to save more lives and do it faster and more effectively. It's really the perfect example of how technology and innovation can come together to protect our communities. That's it for today's episode of TiPS, Today in Public Safety. If you found this episode informative and enjoyable, please remember to like and subscribe, and be sure to ring that bell so you're immediately notified whenever new podcasts are published. Thanks so much for listening, and if you're in public safety, thanks for what you do. Stay safe and take care. We'll catch you next time.
You've been listening to TiPS, Today in Public Safety, your go-to podcast for today's breaking stories and public safety news. Hosted by Fletch and available every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Catch past episodes, transcripts, and show notes with source links for each article on 911tips.com. That's 911tips.com. Be sure to like and subscribe, and remember to join us each week for the latest on NG911. I am Spider Harrison, the official 911 voiceover dude. Catch me on Sirius XM on various channels, including 90s on 9, the 10 spot, and on the Weekend Countdown on Hits 1. Or don't regret it for the rest of your life. Either way, I'm good. TiPS is brought to you by 911 Inform, the leading next-generation 911 solution for enterprise compliance with federal 911 regulations. Visit them on the web at 911inform.com. 911 Inform, making every second count when it matters the most.